transfer of those in medical need, but Adam Khan Candy Road is not. It's a matter of territorial
just to be
integrity
clear
and
on the
sovereignty.
ICRC, just to be clear on the ICRC, they say no unauthorised material has been found in any vehicle belonging to the ICRC. All cargo is subject to customs checks by the Republic of Azerbaijan. Hang on. They say, however, we regret that without our knowledge, 4 hired drivers tried to transport some commercial goods in their own vehicles marked with ICRC emblems. They were sacked and their contracts immediately terminated.
That effectively means that ICRC should have exercised due diligence because those cars...
But can the Azeri government not check convoys going through the Lachin corridor? Could it not stop the transport of banned materials?
Well, on the 23rd of April, Azerbaijan established border checkpoint. Prior to that point, that Lachin road was used by Armenians for the purpose of transfer of ammunition and weapons. So what happened after 23rd of April? From 23rd of April, for 2 months, that road was fully operational, with Armenians using their private vehicles being able to travel via the Lachin road.
Well, that's not strictly true, is it? Because Azeri protesters did block it before June. It was sporadic, the transport through there.
What are you effectively referring to? You're effectively referring to eco-protests, which started in December of 2022. And during those 3 months, when the eco-protest was underway, that road was open for the movement of the cars of the Russian peacekeeping contingent and RCRC in both directions. And after 23rd of April, that road was open for Armenians residing in Karabakh, using for their private cars and moving in both directions. And after 15th of June, there was a temporary suspension of movement.
OK. Mr. Dixon, have you looked in your legal argument, have you looked at what the obligations are on the Azeri government with respect to that road, to the Lachin corridor? What are their international obligations?
What I've looked at is whether or not this allegation of genocide is properly made out. And why it's important to do that is because by making such an emotive allegation, the difficulty is, the real problem is that it inflames the situation. What I've found is that clearly there's an issue here between the parties that has to be resolved. The Security Council has said that it must be resolved. There must be a solution found. But it's certainly not a genocide. And to call it a genocide in the midst of all of this difficulty and tension only makes it harder for the parties to come together and find a peaceful resolution. And that's why I was very strongly indicating that the genocide allegation must be removed from the equation. It only stirs up tensions. Rather, the parties must sit down and find a solution, which is what the Security Council has asked them to do.
OK, we'll have to leave it there. Rodney Dixon, Orkan Amashov, thank you very much for coming on the programme. Around the world and across the UK, this is BBC News.